Just briefly, you've been asked several times, I've heard the questions about your work as co-chair of the Delaware Supreme Court's Diversity Strategic Planning Steering Committee. That's a mouthful, but you've been asked about this. I just want to ask you about one thing in the report.
All right, folks, buckle up, because what I'm about to break down is one of those you can't make this up moments from a Senate hearing. Senator Josh Hawley confronted a judicial nominee about a diversity report she co-chaired. And let's just say the answers he got were less than confidence-inspiring.
The report talks about how important it is for the Delaware Supreme Court, I'm going to quote now, to take steps to reduce implicit bias and identity threat in the court environment. And it goes on to say that one of the things that might reduce identity threat is to get rid of the historic portraits of some of the white justices who've served on the court. Can you explain to me what identity threat is and why getting rid of portraits of judges and justices who've served on the courts would help with that?
Thank you so much for the question, Senator. I am not familiar with the term identity threat, so I don't have an explanation for. I don't have a definition for you. I can give you a definition of.
It's in the report, though. I mean, I'm quoting: to take steps to reduce implicit bias and identity threat in the court environment. I mean, this is your report.
Well, I understand, but one thing that I've attempted to explain is that I didn't draft the report. We had an entire committee that was creating a report to be delivered to the Supreme Court. Yes,
you signed off on it, though, didn't you?
So there wasn't a sign-off necessarily on the report.
Your name's on it, though.
I understand. I was a co-chair of the committee, but I didn't draft all the words to the report. I didn't draft the recommendations to the report. The Supreme Court is considering the report, and we haven't done anything with that particular recommendation.
So you don't know what identity threat is?
Well, I did not put those words in there, and I'm not entirely sure what whoever drafted that specific one meant by that one.
It seems kind of crazy to me, I have to say. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I want to clarify this because you've had three people.
Here's why this matters. This isn't just about one report. It's about the larger trend of these vague academic buzzwords: implicit bias, identity threat, equity frameworks, getting dropped into official documents without anyone really knowing what they mean, or worse, without anyone willing to defend them when pressed. It's like diversity bureaucrats just string together phrases that sound progressive, slap them in a report, and suddenly they're treated like gospel truth. But when someone like Hawley comes along and asks, okay, define your terms. What does this actually mean? How does it make the courts better? The whole thing collapses. And at the core, the recommendation here was basically, let's take down portraits of white judges because their existence might make people uncomfortable. That's not justice. That's not fairness. That's erasing history for the sake of some fuzzy DEI talking point that even the co-chair can't explain. If you enjoy seeing these exchanges exposed and broken down, don't forget to like the video, hit subscribe, and share this with a friend who needs to see just how far this DEI nonsense has gone.